in music, and we're going to talk about how you play a song called I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight by Cutting Crew. And we're going to end up capoing this on the 2nd fret to kind of match the recording. We're going to start off walking through a couple things in root position. And we start off on an A minor chord, and we play A minor. First finger goes to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, third finger on the G string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the 3rd finger, making that an A minor 7, or you could add in the pinky on the high E3rd for A minor 7, or you could use something called an A7 sus, where you do 1st finger on the D2nd, 2nd finger on the G2nd, 3rd finger on the B3rd, pinky on the high E3rd. Kind of use that for your A, which sounds slightly unresolved. And then from the A minor on our intro and our chorus, we go to a D minor chord. And when you play D minor, 1st finger goes to the high E1st fret, 2nd finger on the G2nd, 3rd or 4th finger on the B string 3rd, and if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds like a D minor chord. Now while you're on D minors in general, it can be kind of cool to lift the 1st finger and make it a D suspended 2nd, or you could add the pinky in on the high E3rd, kind of work that as a D sus, and kind of say some things around the D minor chord that way. And then from the D minor, we go to a G major chord. When we play G major, 1st finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the low E string 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the high E string 3rd fret. If you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And now you may want to think about kind of putting the 3rd finger on the B string though, on the 3rd fret, pinky on the high E string 3rd fret, kind of working that for your G. And then from the G we go to an E minor chord when we play E minor. 1st finger goes to A 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the D 2nd fret, and if you strum all those together, it sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now you may also want to think about putting the 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, pinky on the high E string 3rd, kind of working as an E minor 7. And you could even kind of work that as kind of that A7 sus to the D sus, to the G sus, or the G major to the E minor, if you kind of dig on that. And actually kind of doing a down muting idea could be kind of a cool idea through that too. G, E minor. It's kind of that intro idea. And we end up doing that 4 times, and at the very end of it we end up with kind of a waiting idea on the A minor, where we're kind of stay on the A minor for 4 bars. Or another strum pattern that I would think about is a down, down, up, down, up, and it's one of my favorite 4/4 strum patterns. So if you took the A minor and tried that a lot, you'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, or down, up, down, up, down, up. It'd be kind of a cool variation. So we tried our intro with our strumming, we'd have the A minor, D minor, G, E minor, A minor, E minor, G, E minor. We do that 4 times, then we kind of end up on our waiting A minor, kind of at the end. And then from there, then we'd be going into our verse part. Verse actually kind of starts off with the A minor, but then we go to an F major chord. Normally you do this as kind of a 1st fret bar, and we'll talk about an easier way to play this. But then 2nd finger on the G 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the A 3rd fret, pinky on the D string 3rd fret. If you strum all those together, that sounds an F major bar chord. A good substitute for that can be an F major 7, where you do 1st finger on the B string 1st, 2nd on the G string 2nd, 3rd finger on the B string or D string 3rd. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds an F major 7. So you want to think about that for the A, or for the F major change. So we tried our strumming through our verse. We'd have the A minor, A minor, G, G, E minor, or randomly. I almost think about doing this later actually. In our bridge part, we end up using an E major chord. You may want to throw that in actually on the verse part, where you do 1st finger on the G 2nd fret, 2nd finger on the A 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the D string 2nd fret. If you strum all those together, that sounds an E major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the 3rd finger and making that an E7, or you could add in the pinky on the B string 3rd and kind of working that as an E7. So randomly it might even be cool to kind of have that E minor change to an E major change to help point you back to your A minor through the verse. If you want to think about using that, you can have the A minor, G, G, minor, E weird part is that to play along with the recording, instead of starting on an A minor chord, cutting crew starting on a B minor chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 2nd fret, then now your A minor is really a B minor chord, and your D minor is really an E minor chord, and the G major is really an A major chord, and your E minor is really an F sharp minor chord, and the E major is really an F sharp major, and the F major is really a G major chord. But to take them through that intro, you'd have kind of that A minor, D minor, G, E minor. So kind of adding in a little bit of beauty with those downs. Kind of dig on that. D minor, G, E minor. Do that 4 times until we get to kind of that waiting A minor. A minor. Then we go into our verse part. So we got our A minor, F, G, E minor, E major, might be cool, A minor, we can do a hammer on those. Into our chorus part. So we have our A minor, D minor, G, E minor, E minor, D minor, G, E minor, A minor, D minor, G, E minor, chorus tag, kind of right after that first chorus, where we go to the F, and then we're back on our A minor, A minor, A minor, A minor. And from there, then we'll be going back into our verse. And one other thing I think about adding to the song, those bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, of the down, down, up, down, up, you can throw in a bass for the chord. So on the A minor, you'd have A for the bass. On the F bar, you'd have low E for the bass. On the F major set, you'd have the D for the bass. And on the D minor, you'd have D for the bass. On the G, you'd have low E for the bass. And on the E minor, you'd have low E for the bass. And on the E major, you'd have low E for the bass. So we try that next verse with basses. We'd have A minor, A minor, F, bass down, up, down, up, G. So then if we try our chorus that way, we'd have A minor, D minor, G, E minor, A minor, D minor, G, E minor, A minor, D minor, G, E minor, A minor. Into our bridge part. So we have our F, D minor, D minor, F, then got our E major, E7. Kind of build up some energy to go into our solo, which is just like our chorus progression. So we have A minor, D minor, G, if you know other licks or other strum patterns that work too, you know, feel free to kind of take this lesson and kind of embellish it any way you want to. Basics of how you can strum through I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight by Cutting Crew. So good luck.